So we're going to go through the patch notes for 1.6 of Cyberpunk 1.61 of Cyberpunk 2077. This dropped on November 8th, 2022. So patch 1.6 for Cyberpunk 2077 is being rolled out and will soon be available on PC, consoles, and Stadia. Here is a list of changes for this update. Fixed an issue where the spamming and interact button to loot containers could cause various NCPD Scanner Hustles to not be completed properly. Wow! That's awesome! So that was the problem that I had to play half the game. I should have waited until patch 1.61. That's cool. I'll have to test that out. I ended up I could not get the platinum because I it looted a Scanner Hustle location, and it was before Act 2, and it would not let me complete that because that was already looted, and it would not recognize that. So I'll have to try that out on an Act 1 character that sneaks into Act 2 and see what happens. I don't know. That'd be hard to... It'd take a little bit of time actually to do, so I don't know if I'll check that out. But hope that gives us some hope at least. Reported crime, another circle of hell, lost and found, blood in the air, disloyal employee, don't forget the parking brake, Comrade Red. Fixed an issue where the quest wasn't completed after looting the goods. Okay, so quite a number of those reported crimes. Fixed an issue where assault in progress missions in the Northside, Rancho Coronado, Coastview and the Badlands weren't completed despite fulfilling the objective. Well, mine was, I think it was in Haywood. Fixed an issue where suspected organized crime activities weren't completed despite fulfilling the objective. Fixed an issue that could disable all drop points blocking progress in various gigs. Fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to complete an assault in progress in Charter Hill because the evidence didn't spawn. Cyber Psycho sighting house on a hill. Fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to reach the Cyber Psycho because the garage door didn't open. Cyber Psycho sighting where the bodies hit the floor. Fixed an issue where the quest was stuck on find the Cyber Psycho objective after defeating the Cyber Psycho and sending information to Regina. Gig Arrow 404 fixed an issue where the gig didn't trigger after approaching the area. Gig Freedom of the Press fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to proceed inside the TV station building because the doors were closed. Gig Greed Never Pays fixed an issue where it was impossible to complete the search and the hidden room objective because the computer was unpowered. Gig Last Log On fixed an issue where the gig didn't trigger after approaching the area. Gig No Fixers fixed an issue where the gig didn't trigger after approaching the area. Gig Old Friends fixed an issue where the gig didn't trigger after approaching the area. Gig Playing for Keeps fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to speak to the bartender if combat started inside the bar blocking progress. Gig We Have Your Wife fixed an issue where Lauren wasn't reacting after coming to rescue her blocking progress. Automatic Love fixed an issue where they could block progress to further main quests after leaving Clouds in Automatic Love. Fortunate Son fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to progress past the return to the Aldecados camp objective. I Fought the Law fixed an issue where the meeting up with River, he teleported to an unreachable area underground, blocking progress. Smart Man Big Mouth fixed an issue where the truck in the garage could be despawned, blocking progress. Visual. Night City NCPDs will now carry umbrellas in various colors and shapes, or NPCs. Okay, so NPCs will have umbrellas. Fixed multiple instances of missing collisions that could result in a player falling off the map. Corrected various floating or displaced objects on the map. Fixed an issue where V's breasts clipped through the clothes after changing their size at the Ripper Dock. Fixed an issue where after changing the nail length from long to short using the mirror, the change wasn't reflected in the game until reloading a save. Fixed an issue where cars could glitch after bumping into them. Gameplay. Fixed an issue where the headhunter and the blue fang iconic knives would not appear in the vendor's inventory. The player visited the vendor before the 1.6 patch. Crit damage and quick hack cooldown reduction bonuses and clothing should now work properly. It should be now possible to craft a legendary variant of the Amnesty iconic revolver. Fixed an issue where it was possible to use consumables during fist fights. Fixed an issue where weapons with explosive damage were dealing less damage than intended. Fixed an issue where slotted mods disappeared from an item after selling it to a vendor. Fixed an issue where putting a corpse in a container or trunk, walking away, and then coming back could give a player an infinite amount of money. Oh no, that's awful. That's terrible. That means the Gary glitch is gone. That means, oh man, that was one of the best glitches there. The heat-resistant Aramid Weaver Fixer shirt will now be available for non-Street Kid players. Fixed an issue where firing some weapons when falling could cancel fall damage. The Beast in Me UI fixed issues where a player's position could be shown as 1/6 despite coming in second. Fixed an issue where reverting to key bindings back to default was not reflected. Fixed an issue where the inventory menu could rapidly scroll up and down after disassembling or dropping an item. Fixed an issue with temporary FPS drops when exiting menus. Addressed an issue where achievements in Epic Game Store were not granted despite meeting the requirements. Note that in cases where conditions were met before a given save, it might be required to try on a new playthrough or from an earlier save where conditions were not met yet. Oh my goodness. So you're just basically out of luck if you were doing it on the Epic Game Store. That's terrible. Load menus should no longer get stuck when playing the game on GOG without internet connection. Fix an issue where upgrading an item into a higher tier rarity crashed the game. Console specific. Fixed an issue where cross progression saves from Xbox One family weren't transferred to PC or PlayStation. Fixed an issue after logging on to GOG and PlayStation. My rewards section displayed an error. Stadia specific. Fixed an issue where the game didn't pause when gameplay was suspended. Miscellaneous added support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.1 PC and next-gen consoles only. Fixed an issue where specific circumstances Judy could disappear from the game while in her apartment. Fixed an issue where the wardrobe interaction in the Nomad camp was duplicated after skipping time there. And it will no longer be possible to play on the arcade machines that are placed horizontally. Okay, that's... Well, I think there's just like... Maybe there's some hope for some people that are trying to get trophies that are bugged, especially with those assaults in progress. But on the same side, the trunk duplication glitch, putting the body in the trunk, seems, they say, is patched, and so that's going to get rid of the Gary the Prophet glitch, which is terrible. So they didn't say anything about the duplication glitch, which I think people are using even more than the trunk glitch, so that's probably still in the game. I'll just have to test it out. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Cyberpunk 2077. Good luck, chooms.